Hi, I'm Chef Marty Rich and welcome to Steak Tips. This is a video series on food and cooking. So if you'd like to learn how to cook or you're just interested in food in general, then you have come to the right place. We have found each other. Okay, today I would like to continue my discussion on the meat chart. I think this is one of the biggest problems I see at the supermarket when people go to shop. So often I see people looking at two different cuts and they're completely different. But that's all they have to go on is how the meat looks. Well, if you're choosing your meat for your recipe that way, that's Russian roulette, okay? So, especially when you're learning how to cook, you can do everything right, but if you pick the wrong cut, you're having a lousy dinner, okay? I just got an email from someone just last week who was using a top round for a pot roast. Wrong cut. So no matter what she did to it, it didn't come out right. And then at the end of the email, she says to me, well, I'm not going to cook that anymore. Well, okay, that's not the answer. Okay, the answer is choose the right cut, have pot roast every Sunday, if that's what you like. But that's the problem with learning how to cook. That's why you need this information, because choosing the right cut is everything. Simple, for instance. My mother picked up a chuck steak. It looked great, but the chuck is in this area from the neck and the front of the cow, and it's working muscles. So if you cook this steak like a steak and you grill it, high heat, high dry heat, it's not going to be tender. It looks like a bargain for the price. That's your first clue. A piece of chuck sometimes takes an hour or more to come tender. Okay, so that's why it's important to know anatomically where that piece of meat comes from on the cow, and you can find that out. If they don't have a meat chart, then definitely ask the meat cutter in the meat department about it, because it should say somewhere on the label chuck or round or sirloin, and these primal parts tell you where the cut came from on the cow, and therefore you will know whether it's a working muscle or not. And if it's not a working muscle, it's probably more expensive, but it's a heck of a lot more tender, and it's what you expect if you're looking for steak, for instance. So if you'd like more tips on food and cooking, go to www.learntocookwithoutrecipes.com. That's www.learntocookwithoutrecipes.com. Thanks very much. Cook on.